This is Amplify You, the podcast about you discovering your message and broadcasting it to the world. If you're a coach, author, or speaker, you'll want to tune in. If you're looking for the best return on your time investment to get your message out to the world in a bigger way, we're giving you full access and behind the scenes look of how we're running our podcast, how our clients have found success, and what you can do to launch your podcast today. The world needs your message. I'm Michelle Abraham, the host. Join my family as we unleash your unique genius and find the connections you need to launch your adventure today. Join us and let's get amplified. Hello, Amplify You, Michelle Abraham, your host here today, guys. I am bringing you someone I know personally. I've met this wonderful woman in person several times, and I am excited to bring her to you today on this Ask the Expert interview on Amplify You. So today we're talking to Jill Lublin, and Jill is an expert when it comes to visibility and PR and just referrals. Jill is the amazing woman behind several books. If you want to be a number one influencer in your industry, then you want to get bigger media and visibility. And Jill is the lady you go to for this. So I learned so many great things from Jill's books, and she is an international bestseller. She's got Guerrilla Publicity, and you've got several books, Jill. I know you have several books. I own two of them, and they're amazing. So Jill, I just wanted to welcome you to Amplify You, and let's just dive right in. So today we're talking how to stay visible in uncertain times using publicity.
Yes, thank you. I am so delighted to be here, and staying visible is so important, right? And really, if you want more business, more credibility, more trust in the marketplace, if you want more prospects and to make more money, and, I think really the key and the power of what publicity does is it brings you all of those things, and it's an attraction factor. So that's why I love publicity.
I love that. Now, Jill, take us back. How long have you been working in the publicity space, and what got you started in it?
So I'm going on more than 25 years, which is great. I've seen all kinds of changes you can imagine. And I got started in it because I was actually in law school, and I hated that. Shh, don't tell anyone, but I did. And I was going to go, be an attorney. I thought that would be the way I'd make a difference in this world. And well, then I got to law school. It just wasn't for me. But in law school, I started in the music business. And from there, I became the director of promotion and publicity at actually 4 independent record labels. And I just kept going. I opened up my own PR agency. And then, frankly, when my first book came out, Guerrilla Publicity, I closed the PR agency, and I wanted to help entrepreneurs really get their word out and do it without spending a fortune, which honestly, publicity agencies are more expensive. Mm-hmm. So I created a virtual publicity course, and now I'm teaching thousands of entrepreneurs simple, easy ways to get your name out there fast and effectively, and have a blueprint to do it. So that's been a lot of fun, and I'm having a blast doing what I do, which is speaking and training and teaching the virtual course, and just really helping my clients get out there.
I love that. Jill, you and I share that same passion for helping our clients get more visibility, getting their voice out there in the world, because I know you feel the same way about this, is that we can get our clients' voices out there. The impacts and the ripple effect that they're going to have out there in the world is so great, so far grander than just getting our own voices out there. So I love that we both share that as something that we hold dear with our clients that we're working with. And I just totally wanted to say that because I love that about you as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So today I want to talk a little bit about what are the opportunities in publicity right now. I think there's a lot of confusion around what's working right now, what's not working anymore, and if we've gone away from traditional media. On one hand, that's what one says. Then the other hand, traditional media is actually still working great. So tell us the landscape of what's happening in publicity right now.
Well, hey, listen, I'm happy about what's happening in publicity right now. Why? Because in my opinion, opportunities have doubled and tripled. Why do I say that? We got podcasts, we've got blogs. We didn't have that before. So it is much easier to get on a podcast these days to maybe then get on your local ABC TV affiliate or radio affiliate. And, here's the other opportunity. If you're smart and looking for shall we say, expansive opportunities to get yourself in there, I'm finding all kinds of great ways through things like helpareporter.com is a wonderful resource to check that always has media who absolutely needs someone right now. So I think between all the digital and then all the duplication. So for instance, when Profit of Kindness came out and I was on 7 Fox News TV interviews, literally in the first 8 days, some by Zoom, some by Skype, what was super wonderful is those then got replicated on the website. So every time you're in media, guess what else? You're also in their .com. So I think that is incredible. And that's why I really say media is multiplying your opportunities for getting out there. And what I've also seen is that everything matters and everything counts, including the small ones and the big ones. And it's a plethora of opportunities right now between podcast, blogs, radio, TV, print, publications of all kinds. Yeah,
I love what you said about, where you're getting on a newspaper or on media, on TV. Well, now they have the website component to it. And then, they may even have a podcast component to it now. So that is living on longer. And those podcast episodes, especially, that's why I love podcasting. It's out there working for you 24/7. It doesn't go away like it used to, right? Like it used to be disposable, where it was in the newspaper this week, then it's no longer there. But if it's in the newspaper, it's also on the website, which stays there. I like that. There's a lot more longevity out of the opportunities, right?
Yes, lots of longevity. And then, of course, where it's going to go is it's going to live on your website. It's going to live in your blogs, and you're going to, have an opportunity to show your clients where you've been. I mean, really, you get on one podcast, which, the good news is there's lots of them, lots of varieties of them, lots of podcast matching services for free that you can look for. And what's wonderful, you even get one, and then imagine the ripple effect of that, because then you send that to your prospect and also celebrate it with your clients. Hey, I was just featured on Michelle Abraham's podcast, and send that out. And then what happens is people get that factor. Ooh, it elevates your status, raises your credibility, and gives you that visibility that you deserve.
I love that. And so what are some of the things that media outlets are looking for? Like, so if we're out there promoting ourselves or trying to get seen on some of these platforms, what are people looking for?
So one thing I like to say is look for what's happening right now. Okay. So what's happening right now? COVID-19. We've got health concerns. We've got money issues. We've got first quarter thoughts. We've got real estate market going wild. We've got people who used to work in certain places shifting. A lot of shifting is going on now. So if you're an expert in any of those arenas, and could become one, like you're already a consultant, so you know what that's like, right? Or you're dealing in real estate and you got some great tips on how to find a new home. Or, my interior designer, for instance, who we were doing a great story about how to sell your home. And then when COVID hit, I said, forget that. Let's do how to create a COVID-friendly home. How do you set up multiple workstations and home stations for home learning? And how do you deal with a kitchen that's on 24/7 and that kind of fun stuff, right? So what is super great is you need to pay attention to what's going on right now. I call that planting your seeds for right now. Take a look, what's going on. And then plant your seeds for 3, 6, and 9 months ahead, right? Because particularly, let's say magazines, also TV and radio, also podcasters and bloggers are planning ahead. So start looking at, well, where do I want to be, in this month? And sometimes what I really think is super is you can correlate that with, let's say, a holiday. So I had a parenting coach. She helps mothers and fathers raise their kids well, even though they don't get along anymore. And I had her doing a how to fall out of love for Valentine's Day, which got her onto TV and radio. Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the key is like being relevant and staying relevant, and how can you take what you do in your message and keep being relevant in whatever is happening in the current situations. Is that right?
Perfect. That's a great way to say it. Absolutely. Stay relevant, be relevant, and keep getting your name out there and looking for ways. Be practical about this. 1 hour a week will do it. Go to iTunes and put in your keyword and see what podcasts show up, right? And get on some of them and start small. Start with the smaller ones. It's all good because everything does matter and everything does count. And all we're looking for specifically is to have 1 to 5 to demonstrate, to show your clients to be in the media.
Absolutely. It's one of those things that we teach our podcasting students too. Like, if someone invites you on to be their podcast and it's in the first 10 episodes, don't say no. I'm like that. Most people will listen to the first 10 episodes, whenever they come to a show. So that's just going to live on forever out there. So I love your also same philosophy on there's no podcast too small, no podcast, it's all media. It's all worthy. It's all worthwhile spending your time being on these places. I love it. So how do we approach, so you mentioned help out a reporter, Haro. I love getting their emails. So what's the strategy around Haro that you can share with us? I find it a little overwhelming.
Yeah, well, help a reporter out, which is what we're talking about, is a wonderful service that delivers media. They're called queries. They're looking for people right now. And I do mean right now, right? So a couple strategies for that. Number one, have a pre-done email ready to go that has your bio, your short bio, ready to go, and then answer only what they ask. So they will usually ask a very specific question, and you address that, and then everything's in the email ready to go for duplicatability, and that's your bio, and just I'm Michelle Abraham, etc. The other thing is only stay focused in the arenas of what you would typically answer. Maybe it's only the business, right? And don't look at anything else. And I think putting the blinders on, particularly when you get, listservs like that, is really important. And the other thing is let an assistant sift through the first round and let that assistant then send you what you're to answer next. And that makes a big difference and will really help.
That is a great strategy. I love that because when I was looking at that, they send 3 emails a day with lots of things on them. I get so overwhelmed that you don't do anything. So
yeah, but they're not relevant. Most of those aren't relevant for you.
That's right.
And that's why an assistant is just great. Affordable assistant overseas, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get, and this is the other thing, for everybody, you all need team. Mm-hmm. One person can be a team, right? Mm-hmm. And especially these days with the opportunities to hire overseas and really great people. I mean, I have 5 people on my team. All of them are independent contractors. 3 of them work consistently, right? And they have different areas of operation. But I have one particular woman in the Philippines, and she handles all my LinkedIn requests. She handles all the podcasts. She searches for podcasts, right? And these are her assignments. So how perfect is that? Like, I don't have all my eggs in any one basket. I like to spread them out. I think, different people have different kinds of skill sets. I have my admin person. She just does admin. She handles all my clients, all my virtual publicity course. But you know what? My one guy, also actually in the Philippines, he's calling everybody in my publicity course, making sure they're on time and getting there, that they have all the details they may need to join the virtual Zoom, like that kind of stuff, right? Or if they haven't clicked the link, he'll be the one calling them, kind of thing.
Yeah, I love that. It's great. It's great. It's a good reminder that there's no I in team, right?
That's right.
You got to have people that help you with everything. We can't possibly do everything. What's your favorite, Jill, what's your favorite kind of media exposure right now?
I love podcasts. I love this. They're so easy. They're great because they're on Zoom. I love that. Most people are using multiplying them on different platforms like Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or, wherever they might live, LinkedIn, etc. So I think this is a great platform. And also it enables, as you know, it enables so many people to be their own host and be a media person and join so many others in interviewing the right people, which is a great way to create recognition and clients. I mean, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, I can't agree anymore. I love podcasting too. There's a reason that I do this. I absolutely love it. So what are some strategies that you teach your students that have been really successful in the last couple of years, especially with things being so uncertain this year? I think there's a lot of people that are holding back out there, promoting themselves out there because they, it feels a little uncertain, like things are uncertain right now. So, any ideas or strategies around that?
Yeah, first thing is don't hold back. All right. I mean, no time like the present to be promoting yourself. And I have people who we've done some pivots in their promotes, like the interior designer I mentioned, we pivoted her promote. And guess what? I have a woman, she's a confidence coach. When Black Lives Matter burst out, I said, listen, forget everything we're doing. She's Black. I said, I want you to talk about being a strong Black woman in today's world. And that was her message. Piece and message that got her so much more media. I have a woman recently in my virtual publicity course. She owns a media company and she's like 26 years old and she's Filipino. I said, you are going out on hashtag Stop Asian Hate. That's what's gotten her tremendous media. So you want to be picking up on what's going on in the media right now. And guess what? There's always something going on. And if you're in the arenas of health, transformation, mindset, goals, money, real estate, consultants. These are just some of the topics that have really elevated the possibilities of you getting your message out if you're anywhere in those arenas or can talk to any of it. So part of it also is, get out of what you think you are an expert in and be willing to expand the possibilities of what you can be talking about in the media, and don't always be concerned that this is exactly what I do or not being interviewed on, because I just want you in the media, foot in the door, then you can multiply that and demonstrate to your clients, to your prospects that you have something to say, that you're an expert, and people respond and respect that.
That's so great. I love that because I think people feel like it has to be the exact same message every single time. Otherwise, they shouldn't do it because it dilutes there. But I think being an egg, just better positioning, more media attention. You're so right. I love that, Jill. Well, this has been so great, Jill. I dive in more. I want to talk about more, but I know your time is so limited today, and I just appreciate you so much for spending this time with us today. Where else, you talked about your visibility, your publicity course. Can you let us know how to find out more about this?
Sure. So first of all, I've got a free gift for you. Go to publicitycrashcourse.com/free gift. And please accept my wonderful gift of my action guide, which will help you with very specific PR tips that'll support you with your messaging and getting out there in simple, effective, and low-cost ways. And then check out publicitycrashcourse.com. Look at my wonderful code to get yourself in my publicity course at a really reasonable rate, and would love to help you get your name out there because your message matters. That's what's key.
Oh, I love that, Jill. Thank you so much for that. And definitely check out Jill's books too. They're so valuable. I've gotten so many great nuggets from your books too. They're timeless, right? They're all things that are so worked a few years ago. They work now. They're going to work in the future. It's just like the bones of publicity. And I love that your whole essence is profiting with kindness, because I think that's, so there's so much needed in the world here. So thank you, Jill, for all that you do. And thank you for spending your time with us today, and I hope to bring you back again sometime in the future. Amplify You family, thanks so much. See you all next week.